When will Cam Newton return from his Liz Frank injury? What's going on, Panther Nation? It's your boy LCameraTV here, man. And I've been working on something for a little while now, but I finally got it in place. I got my affiliate link for NFL shops, so you can cop all your NFL gear on my page. The link is in the description below, man. I know y'all want your Carolina Panthers jerseys, hats, mugs, all types of cool stuff. You know, I got a Cam Newton jersey. I'm trying to get a Christian McCaffrey and a Luke Kuechly, you know what I'm saying? I got offense. I definitely need defense, man. So any NFL fan or Panther fan that wants some NFL gear, come to my affiliate link, cop some jerseys, cop some mugs, cop some stuff, man. Make sure you represent the Carolina Panthers when they're in London and wherever else, man. And thank y'all for showing love and tuning in. Definitely cop some gear. If y'all don't want the L camera, you might as well get the Carolina. Yo! On LCameraTV, make sure you like, subscribe, and share your shout cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Rumble.com and Twitter and wherever else. And guys, we are finally over 500. The Carolina Panthers got the W against the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. This is definitely going to be a recap video, but I got to talk about some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I will break down some of the things I've seen on Sunday. I also got to talk about a certain quarterback and when he's going to come back from his injury, and that's what I believe, you know, when he's going to come back. And a player I think the Panthers should go after that's not really one that's being talked about. So we got a lot to talk about today, guys. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the game against the Jaguars. Now, obviously I shout out Brian Burns for an amazing game. You know, picking up a scoop and score fumble for a touchdown, getting sacks. Mario Addison played great. The defense played great overall. You know, so Eric Reed had a pick that got wiped away. Luke Kuechly, you know, got to 1,000 tackles. Youngest player to get to 1,000 tackles. And the defense overall played great. That's not even a question, right? Even though the secondary didn't play that great. The secondary, you know, Gardner Minshew I think threw for 400 yards on the secondary. That wasn't great, but obviously, you know, a lot of it was DJ Chark, and the person who was guarding DJ Chark was Ross Cockrell, not Dante Jackson. So that was what it was. But overall, the defense played well. But the real story was number 22, the running back, Christian McCaffrey. He carried this offense. He had 175 rushing yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. I think he had like 50-something receiving yards and 1 receiving touchdown. He carried this team. He put the team completely on his back. He definitely should be the league MVP right now. Patrick Mahomes had he kind of basically wet the bed against the Colts. So I think his MVP stock has dropped a little bit, and I think Christian should take over the #1 spot. Gerald McCoy said he should be the league MVP. He's playing amazing. He's literally carrying the whole team. He is the best thing to a quarterback, because usually the quarterback carries the team, but we all know Kyle Allen has been subpar. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Well, not subpar. He's been average. He's been a backup. That's what he's been. You know what I'm saying? He had a great game against the Cardinals, but once he played better defenses in Houston Texans and Jacksonville Jaguars, he hasn't lived up to the billing. I think he had 0 touchdowns against the Texans. He had 1 touchdown to Christian McCaffrey against the Jaguars, but basically it was the running game that carried the whole team. So Kyle Allen, now mind you, is that a bad thing? No. You know what I'm saying? We're a running team. We run the ball. That's always been our identity. So that's definitely a good thing. But it just goes to show you that, you know, people kind of overreacted from the Cardinals game. Even though Kyle Allen is undefeated as a starter, you got to remember that he's being carried by the league rushing leader in Christian McCaffrey, and arguably a top 2, top 3 candidate for league MVP in Christian McCaffrey. So we got to kind of temper our expectations, but overall the team played well. We're 3-2, and I'm happy to see it, man. And you know what I'm saying? And y'all enjoy that Krispy Kremes, because I can't get none. Y'all already know what it is. And the second thing I want to talk about is, when will Cam Newton return? Now, me personally, I've seen people asking this. I've seen that, you know, people are actually interested in this. And me personally, I think he'll come back after the bye week. Because personally, I think he had enough time to rest. I think his legs should be fine soon. But the good thing about this situation is this. I thought maybe the Panthers would go maybe 2-2, maybe 1-3 in this stretch when Cam was out, and Cam could, maybe get a team back on track when he comes back. But right now the Panthers are 3-0. Mind you, that is the best case scenario. I mean, well, best case scenario would be 4-0. but we'll see if that happens. But this is a very good scenario, you know, for the Carolina Panthers, because Cam will come back, and Cam said it. He said, "I believe in these guys. I think I'll come back in a very good situation." And right now, he's probably gonna come back in a either 3-3 or 4-2 situation, because they're 3-0 currently. So that's very good. Obviously, we've seen what Kyle Allen can do. He's a serviceable backup. I think Kyle Allen should be our backup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we'll see. Maybe, you know, because I don't know. They're going to groom Will Greer. We'll see how that whole situation happens. You know, maybe next year he'll be better off. Who knows? But Kyle Allen is a serviceable backup. He's, you know, pretty good for what he does. I mean, yes, he has Christian McCaffrey helping him out a lot, but, you know, it just is what it is. He's playing really well. The O-line is holding up well. The O-line is, you know, pretty good, and I'm happy about this. You know what I'm saying? Cam Newton could actually rest and not worried about, you know, pushing through an injury again. So hopefully when Cam Newton comes back healthy, we're 4-2. Cam could come back, you know, in a good situation, because the second half of our schedule gets pretty hard. We play the Packers, we play the 49ers, we play some hard teams. Obviously, we got to play both games with the Saints, and I'm pretty sure Drew Brees is going to be back for those games. So we got to play the Falcons still. So it gets hard, you know what I'm saying? And especially because they're divisional games, do you really want, you know what I'm saying, Kyle Allen playing against Drew Brees? I don't really want that. Now, mind you, Cam Newton played Drew Brees, you know, fairly well in the playoff game a few years ago. But, you know, the Saints have had our number recently. But I think our defense is much improved from back then. I think our defense can, you know, hold up against Drew Brees now. And mind you, Drew Brees has come off an injury also. So it's like, it's kind of evens the playing field a little bit. Both backup quarterbacks in Teddy Bridgewater and Kyle Allen are 3-0. And I think, you know, they're the top of the division right now. If we beat the Buccaneers, them two will be the, you know, the two tops in the division. Obviously, Falcons are on a losing streak. I don't know what's going on with them. The Bucs lost to the Saints, and if we beat the Bucs, you know, they'll be, I think, 2-4. So they're the top of the division. That's we're the cream of the crop right now. You know what I'm saying? So if Cam comes back in a better situation, comes in, the O-line, you know what I'm saying, with Greg Little, Trey Turner. Obviously, Dennis Daly played well against the Jaguars. You know, Darrell Williams could fill in as a backup guard. We're looking pretty good, man. The O-line is looking good. We got depth at the O-line. Running back's looking good. Christian McCaffrey is great, but Reggie Bonifant took one to the house yesterday too. So overall, the team looks like a very good team. We just need a few pieces, and one of those pieces is QB1, man, Cam Newton. Now, mind you, you know, I know some people are still like, oh, man, you know, Kyle Allen's winning, don't kill the mojo and all that stuff. But I would take 100% Cam Newton over 100% Kyle Allen any day of the week, whether mojo or not. Because, mind you, I think it's more Christian McCaffrey than it is Kyle Allen, personally. And finally, we see that the Carolina Panthers are, you know, playing well. And I think this is the time to go for broke. This is the time for the Carolina Panthers to really try to win the Super Bowl. The defense is definitely a Super Bowl caliber defense. We've seen how many plays, turnovers, interceptions. They're just all over people. Sacks. They're great. The defense is perfectly fine. I'm happy with the defense. Whereas the offensive line, very good. I think Greg Little is a starting left tackle. I think he's be good for long term. Trey Turner's going to come back. You know, Darrell Williams could be a serviceable backup at right guard or right tackle, whichever. And more preferably right guard, because I don't think he can shift his feet as well anymore. But right guard, and you got Dennis Daly, who played pretty well against the Jaguars at left tackle. So we got backups that are pretty good, man. The line is good. Christian McCaffrey's playing at an MVP level. We all know that. We see what he's doing. He's great. I think the only issue that the Carolina Panthers have currently is quarterback, which is going to be remedied when Cam Newton comes back, but also receiver. I think that's the weakest position currently on the Panthers. I think our receivers are good, but they're not, you know, game changers. You know, and I've been pushing for AJ Green. A lot of people say he's injury prone, it costs too much money, all that stuff like that, whatever. But me personally, I'm in the mindset of this. If you have a great team like this, you have to capitalize, especially because Marty Herney and Ron Rivera are on the hot seat. You don't want them to get fired. I think both of them. I think Ron Rivera is a very good coach. He's actually now our most winningest coach over John Fox. So, I would rather keep Ron Rivera. Marty Herney, I think he did a good job this year, but if he gets replaced, I wouldn't be too mad about that either. But I think the Carolina Panthers, because some people said don't get AJ Green, he's injury prone and a high price. Well, there's another team that's having a fire sale. We talked about it on my live stream. and we were talking about Von Miller. Because the Broncos said everybody's available besides Von Miller. So it was like, should the Panthers go after Von Miller? I thought, nah, because Brian Burns and all these guys are dominant. They're doing, you know what I'm saying, exactly what we need them to do. Yes, Von Miller will be a terror on our D-line, but while we need to increase more of our strength already, we have, I think we tied for first in sacks this year. So, to me, there's no reason to do that. But what I think we should do, because same team, they're having a fire sale, which is the Broncos, trying to go get Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton is still on his rookie contract, very young player, doesn't get injured, runs good routes, physical at the point of attack, catches the ball well, and he's a strong receiver. You know what I'm saying? He is basically Des Bryant, but he can run routes, and he's less drama. That's basically what he is. And I think he will be a very good addition to our receiving core, and he can be that guy when you need a play to come through. Because right now, our biggest, clutch player right now is Jarius Wright. Jarius Wright has came up big more than, both DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel. Now, mind you, DJ Moore has some nice catches. Obviously, he had a nice catch against AJ Boye against the Jaguars. Curtis Samuel has done good things. But I'm talking about consistent, dominant, deep threat, end zone catcher, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying, guy you can count on. Our Devontae Adams, our Allen Robinson. And now, mind you, Ron Rivera says he loves guys. He doesn't want a number one receiver because he likes the ball being spread around. That's all fine. I'm not saying that's an issue. You definitely should spread the ball around. But my thing is, you need a guy to go to when it's crunch time. When Matt Ryan needs a play, he's going to Julio. When Deshaun Watson needs a play, he's going to D-Hop. We all know the guys that are game changers. And especially if we have a game changer on the outside, that run lanes are going to get way easier. They're going to get way more open. And Christian might even have better games than he already having. So I think the Carolina Panthers should go after Courtland Sutton, maybe give them a second-round pick because he was a first-rounder, but he's still on his rookie contract. You don't got to pay him a lot of money, and then you're going to get a receiver anyways, personally, in the draft, or a safety, one or the other, unless you keep Trey Boston, which I wouldn't be mad if you kept Trey Boston. So either way, they're going the receiver or safety in the draft. Now you get a receiver, and you probably can go safety, first pick. So that's what I feel. That's how I feel about the thing, man, and let me know what y'all think. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and rumble.com and Twitter and wherever else. And guys, in the comment section, man, do you think the Carolina Panthers should go after Courtland Sutton? Put that in the comment section below. And when do you think Cam Newton will return? And should he start when he returns? Put that in the comment section below. Check out the Spreadshirt account. Check out the Patreon page. Both of those links are in the description. Check out the NFL Affiliate League. If you don't got your Carolina Panther gear before they go to London, definitely cop some Carolina Panther gear. That link is in the description. Also, check out my dog Renan Steam's channel. Very funny dude, very talented. We also have a podcast together that I think you guys really like. Definitely check that out. That video will be very itemized in the end screen. Very funny, trust me. And share to all the Panther fans, you might Panther related, my football related. Let them know LCameraTV is wrong with Panther Nation wrong with LCameraTV. Thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for tuning in. And thank y'all for rocking with the boy, man. And thank y'all for turning up the live stream. It's always good to get on the live stream with you guys because y'all always having, me cracking up and laughing in general. But again, thank y'all, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.